Spain. What? That this is not what you were promised to look like. Today's a big day. We're announcing Valtteri from Finland. You have seen him in the last episodes. The sexy motherfucker Valtteri from Finland. As a new crew member in Team Farang. So how do you become part of our team? Got everything? Yep. Today was meant to be a work day anyway, so let's get to it. Hola. Una cappuccino y una herradura choco. Muy bien. Gracias. So I gotta eat some chocolate, do my Japanese, and then edit the release video of Valtteri, and then also put up an interview with Valtteri onto the website. So that's gonna be my job for today. I know I told you I'd explain how somebody gets on Team Farang, but first we have to get this edit started. Before we can even think about adding you to our parkour team, first we have to know you. And there's only two ways we really get to know people. And that is A, parkour videos, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, or 2, parkour events. And a lot of people ask me, how do I get noticed? How do I get popular in the parkour world? That's the only 2 ways really. Just make sick videos with incredible skills that nobody has ever seen before, or just come to an event, be a badass, be a chill guy, and hang out with everybody. And that's how we meet everybody we know really. Okay, this announcement video is coming on. Let's take another second. How do you, like, once we met you, how does it end up that you end up on Team Farang? Well, we're not really out there looking for people all the time. We're really just out there doing our thing, having fun and making videos. And sometimes we end up meeting somebody and feel like, hey, wouldn't it be fun to do something with that guy or girl? Maybe we should shoot a video together. Maybe we should go on a trip together. And a lot of times that happens without us even thinking about adding that person to the team. Sometimes that person is on another team and there's not even a possibility they could end up on Farang. But we just like them and want to do something together. And that is the most important thing, is we think what you're doing is cool and we are excited about that. Once that happens, usually we end up going on an adventure. And sometimes it's a one-night stand. Sometimes we feel like that person's really cool and has amazing skills, but maybe not somebody we have to do a trip with every year, or we want to shoot 1,000 videos with. And sometimes we feel like, oh wow, that person, I could really have a long-term relationship with that person. For us it's more like a long-distance relationship, huh? And then we do another trip or another trip. Sometimes we date for longer, and sometimes we get married straight away. Wait a minute. Sometimes we add them to the team pretty quick, as was the case with Valtteri. Even though there's no real system where we say, hey camera. Even though there's no real system where we say this is exactly what a Farang athlete needs. Of course, amazing freerunning skills is pretty important. Without that, you don't really need to show up. 2, we really need to like you as a person. And then we always think about that guy or girl, and we think, where does that person want to go? What are those person's goals? If that person wants to be a professional freerunner, or shape the culture of the sport, or just keep being involved with the community for at least another 5 or 10 years, then we're like, okay, cool, let's see what we can do. Let's see if together we can get to that goal sooner or quicker, or we can maybe create something that we couldn't do by ourselves. If that person wants to become a software engineer or a teacher, we might say, hey, maybe you're better without us. So we try to look at that person not just as an athlete, but we try to think, what do you want to do with your life? And does that align with what we want to do? The next thing on the list would be, what other skills does that person have outside of being an amazing athlete? Maybe you are really good at editing videos. Maybe you're really into clothing. Maybe you have a skill that brings something to the team that we can need or we don't have yet. And that doesn't need to be video or social media, or that doesn't need to be video or clothing. It could also be something like, if you're a programmer and also happen to be one of the best athletes in the world, hit me up. Or if you are into writing articles for a blog, we would love to have somebody who does that, and just bring people on the team who are creative and excited to make things. And if they're also cool people, amazing athletes, let's bring them on the team. Look, in the end, we want to build a crew that all works towards one goal, that have the vision of growing this culture of parkour and adding things to it that they want to see, making things that they love, and together we can do that better than we could do just by ourselves. Other things that I don't really feel like is a must, but that definitely help, is one, you enjoy social media, you enjoy being in front of the camera, you have a sense of style, like the clothing we make, you love to... Oh man, this camera keeps falling over. Oh, whoa. We have a drunk camera today, but we're just gonna roll with it. Another thing that's really important to us is that you're willing to go hard, that you're willing to work hard and get shit done. For shoots and travel, of course, it looks a lot of fun, but there's a lot of editing, a lot of filming, a lot of waking up and getting out and just making shit happen. No matter if the weather's amazing or if you have an amazing day or not, sometimes we just gotta shoot something or make something. We're on a project and we have to get it done. And if you're lazy and just want to sleep in every day, it's probably not going to work out. So usually what I recommend everybody is, don't wait for some team to pick you up. Go out and make shit happen. Make videos, create things, make clothing. None of that stuff is going to stand in your way if a team ever wants to bring you on. If I see you and you have a team, a clothing line, you make videos, I'm not going to tell you, hey, you have to give all that up to join Team Farang. I would say, hey man, you're doing all the things that we care about as well. Is there a way we can work together? And I won't stop you from keeping those things going. Zen still has shit like that he does in Japan. He still has his crew. He still makes clothing completely separate from Farang, and that's completely cool. Why would we mind? Like, because that is part of growing the parkour culture. It's important that there's different things people could choose from. So yeah, just go and do what you think Team Farang needs. Don't send me clothing designs that I should do. Don't send me video ideas I should make. Just go out and make them yourselves. And that's how we're gonna find you, and that's how we can connect, and then we'll have something in common. So yeah, that's kind of the basics of, I guess, maybe not what we're looking for, but what kind of people kind of end up on Team Farang. And I'm done. Edited different versions for Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, posted my channel, Instagram story. The social media blast is out. Valtteri is now officially part of Team Farang. You guys all know, before this video came out probably. So, what I was meant to say is that really we're just such a weird crew of, look, a lot of you guys comment on our videos and I say, that was really cringy, oh that was really weird, or that was an awkward moment between these two guys, which is totally understandable because A, somebody like Valtteri, we add him to the team, really we barely know the guy. Like, we maybe spent like 3-4 weeks in total with him. Like, that's not long at all to know a person. And we are now, like, Anan and Pasha, like, we're now really vibing and we're cool, we really know each other. But that is after years and years and years of being on Team Farang. Bringing somebody on usually is just a feeling, and then we get to know that person. And on top of that, we also, a lot of times, don't even speak the same language, so that makes shit a lot more awkward. the thing is, we're all strange, we're all weird people that love parkour and spend all of our teenage years just doing this one crazy thing we love, and looking around, we probably didn't see anybody who had the same vision or cared about the same things we do. And now Farang for me is that idea that, fuck, I can choose the people I can hang out with, not just from my neighborhood or my city. I'm gonna choose them from all around the world. If one guy's Japanese and one guy's from Finland, that's cool with me. And I'm gonna take the good sides and the downsides that come with that. So yeah, I'm not really sure where I was going with this. This was kind of my little Farang rant. I just edited like hours of footage of Valtteri doing crazy flips and shit, so now I want to train myself. Sun's almost setting, but let's get outside. There's no way I can push myself back up yet. So I'm gonna go down and down and down and down until one day. Will you come on? My foot is still healing, so no jumps, but my squats are getting a lot better. I'm gonna get stronger, and one of these dogs peed on my hat and on my pouch. And that was my workout. I do want to share some details on my training and on my exercise and stretches at some point, but now's not the time. But I'll read your comments, and it's gonna happen eventually. For now, I'll see you tomorrow.